and welcome here to TalkFCB, and yes, I am still absolutely fuming right now. I just feel the anger flowing through my veins. I know this is not healthy at all, but what on earth have we just seen, guys? Coming into this game, the feeling was incredible. We were on cloud nine. We were feeling so good about the team, so positive, so excited about the Champions League, and all of that now has come crashing down. And it has come crashing down because of an absolutely shocking mistake. And that's the first thing, because many people here may think that I'm getting too emotional. I mean, maybe I am, I don't know, but I'm just feeling really sad and frustrated. And actually, the reason why I'm so angry is because we actually saw this coming. Every single year, we've had more and more and more and more and more and more doubts about Ter Stegen every year. Now, let's be honest, guys, we just have. He's cost us games in the past. There's been plenty of Champions League games here where the jury has been out. You know, some people will say, well, it hasn't really been his fault. He saved us at times. You know, he's a good goalkeeper. But I think now we're getting to the point where you can't defend him anymore. You can't defend this anymore, guys. It is as simple as that right now. Because let's look at this mistake, because it's not only about the mistake, the whole game from him was a horror show. And it's not just him either. Obviously, the team today as a whole did not play well, but let's look at the root of the problem, where all of this fell apart. 10 minutes, that's all that we were into this game. That's all that we were into our brand new Champions League campaign. 10 minutes? What are you doing? What are you thinking about in this position here? Ter Stegen picks up the ball. He's got plenty of options there. We hear about how good he is with the ball at his feet. Oh, he used to be. He used to be a confident goalkeeper. He used to play there with a real authority about him. He is not that player anymore. He delays and delays and delays the pass. He is incredibly indecisive now. And because he delays it for that long, when he comes to play the pass, he has no options anymore. He should not play the pass. But that doesn't enter his mind. He's thinking here, I've got to get rid of it. I've got to put it somewhere. I've got to play this ball. Let's pass on the responsibility. Nobody is in a position to receive that ball there. You have to know that as a goalkeeper, as a Barcelona goalkeeper. You need to know when to assess the risk of the situation here. And this was a pass that should never have been played there. Eric García, he's behind his marker at that point. He is in no position to receive the ball. And then, of course, as soon as that pass is made, it's game over. It is game over there. Garcia just lunges into the tackle. Now, I would also say, in this position, after 10 minutes gone, it's exactly like the Araujo situation for me, whereby it's so early in the game, maybe just let him go. I wouldn't really mind there if you say, you know what, I can't do anything. It's not actually my fault. We'll blame the goal on Ter Stegen. I can't do anything from here. Because then even if Monaco score, we still have all of our players on the field. It was like against PSG. If Araujo had just let Barcelona go, PSG might have scored, but we could have come back with our full team on the field. And it's the same again tonight here. Just let them go. You're 10 minutes into the game. But he fouls. It's a red card. Game's gone. The game is gone from that moment on. It is absolutely over, and it's all that it was is 10 minutes. I just cannot believe, guys, that we've seen that kind of mistake. And again, it's in the Champions League. It is no coincidence that we see the most high-profile errors from Ter Stegen in the biggest competition of all. When the pressure is on, when the stakes are high, he does not deliver as a Barcelona goalkeeper. Because let me just give you an example. How many times have you seen, for an example, Thibaut Courtois? How many times has he bailed out Real Madrid on his own? You know, when Real Madrid have been backs against the wall, when teams have been ramping up the pressure, think about the Champions League final they played against Liverpool. When Liverpool were peppering the goal with shots, he stood up for them. He saved them. As a goalkeeper at a top club, you need to actually defend your goal. You need to have authority. When has Ter Stegen done that? When can you depend on him to save the team, to bail us out? Because tonight, guys, it's not even about bailing us out. Just don't make comical errors, because it wasn't even about that moment. After that, he went to pieces mentally. He was punching crosses there, nearly into his own goal. He looked so nervous, and that's the whole problem. This is a young Barcelona team. We've got young defenders out there as well. If your goalkeeper is an anxious, nervous mess, it spreads to the rest of the team. You can't have confidence confidence in anything you're doing if that's your goalkeeper. And can I just say as well, by the way, guys, how many goals do we concede? And the camera there pans on Ter Stegen, and he just stood there. He stood there with his hands on his hips, maybe, he's on his heels, almost as if to say, well, what could I have done about it? He doesn't dive. He doesn't even make an attempt to try and save half the goals that we concede. He almost just stands there as though, well, there's nothing really I could do. It's not really my job. There's nothing I could have done about that. It is your job. You're the Barcelona goalkeeper. You're the Barcelona captain. You're the captain of this club. And this is what happens here. It's half-hearted. It's almost as though there's not even any will or motivation in there anymore. I remember when Ter Stegen first came to this club, when he was competing with Claudio Bravo, and he was then determined to win his place. He was really angry. He played with a fire within him. What a goalkeeper he was. What a talent he was at that time there, where every single game, every chance that he got, he was looking to prove himself, looking to show that he deserved to be the number one. Where's that fire gone? This is a guy who's been allowed for year upon year upon year upon year to just get away with mindless mistakes, with being able to shirk responsibility. It cannot go on anymore. What we saw right there tonight, the whole performance, that is the goalkeeper he is now. That is what we are dealing with. And this is a game here that again illustrates it's a massive problem. And it's not like I want to come here, and it's not like I want to complain and pile on one player. I want to get behind the team. I want to support the team. That's what we all want to do. But if we don't actually point out here, this is a genuine problem, it will go on, because that's what's happened. At the end of the day, the Liverpool game in the Champions League years ago, that was a nightmare. We saw Ter Stegen just stand there for most of that game while we collapsed as a team. Now, year upon year upon year, we've said, look, maybe Barca need to look at this. Maybe we need to think about the future. Maybe we need to bring in a new goalkeeper. Nothing has happened. We have to speak up now, or nothing will change. We have to understand here, this is a glaring issue in our team, and until we fix it, it's going to limit us. On the biggest stage of all, especially the Champions League, it will always come back to haunt you. Because I even look here, guys, at the winning goal for Monaco. Now, again, I'm not saying here that Ter Stegen should save it. Obviously the high line, it was breached by Monaco. There was plenty of instances in this game where there's plenty of Barca players who didn't play well. I'm not disputing that at all. But Monaco getting behind, they're one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Did you have any faith there? Any amount of faith that, what? He might save that. Ter Stegen might bail us out. He might come up here with a top draw, one-on-one stop. There's just no chance. I have no faith in him anymore to bail us out and save us in the big moments. And the shot, yeah, it was powerful. It was a really well-struck strike. It's straight at him, though. Let's be real here. The shot is straight at Ter Stegen. It even hits him. And he still couldn't keep it out. The ball there ricochets into his own net. And we've lost the game. We have lost the game here based on a mistake that was made inside of 10 minutes. And I just cannot believe this, guys. And it's just an absolute nightmare way to start the Champions League. Because could I just maybe say here, let's try and find some positive moments in this game. I would just say here that after the red card, given that we had to play 80 minutes, near enough a whole game with one man down, I thought we actually equipped ourselves pretty well. We reacted quite well to the red card. I don't think we played well. I think there was so many Barcelona players there today that were underwhelming. I think the subs as well at times maybe waited a bit too long before we made any real changes. But there was a little bit of steel about it. We sort of steadied ourselves. Look at the equaliser from Lamine Yamal. You've got to talk about that. You've got to say here that we have a player that on his own at 17, we're one man down, he pulls us back into the game. On his back, he carried this team back into battle. What a goal it was from him. His first Champions League goal. First of many, no doubt about it. Cutting in on his left foot, firing it into the bottom corner. Yamal, what a goal. What a moment. Despite the defeat, you've got to be happy with that. And still, guys, there were opportunities there, moments there going forward where we did have a bit of space, a bit of an opening, things didn't really drop, didn't really fall for us. And I think with Hansi Flick, it's also the nightmare scenario, especially with his system, to go down to 10 men. In any game it's not ideal, with any coach, they don't want to play with 10, but I think especially with Flick, the way that he wants to play, the pressing, the organisation, the way you hunt the ball down, you just can't do that with 10 men. If you press with 10 men, you get undone. And that's what we saw at several different points tonight. Wide open spaces. It is a nightmare. It's an accident waiting to happen at all times. And it really, really doesn't work. And of course, the other thing then is when you've got 10 men, you kind of have to sit off a bit. You know, you've got to take that step back. You've got to be a bit more conservative. And again, that is just not Hansi Flick's style, because you saw even the fact that he didn't make a sub. You know, he didn't take off somebody straight away. When Eric was sent off, he just sort of rolled with the punch. He said, okay, let's just go back out there. Let's keep attacking, try go forward. We did get an equaliser. I think that's good in itself, that we were able to sort of steady ourselves and get us back in the game. We fought, we tried, we did everything we could really to try and rescue something from this. But the mistake is too big. At the top level, a mistake like that, it destroys you. It ends any hope that you have. It takes it all away. And that is why we're so angry. And we are lucky, by the way, that the new format is in play here, that we have a long group phase. You've got 7 more Champions League games to come. You've got a lot of places there that in the end can qualify for the knockout rounds. We're lucky, because otherwise you're in big trouble. And it does not send out the right message here that Barca start their new Champions League campaign, kick off under Hansi Flick, with a loss against Monaco. It is not good. Ter Stegen has to take responsibility. His performance today was an absolute disaster, and we must start thinking, guys, about the goalkeeping situation. We must start to plan for the future, because this cannot go on. It's not about one game. It's not about one mistake. It is about a player who should no longer be Barca's undisputed number 1. It's that simple. He should not be able to just stay in this team with no questions asked. We must ask questions. We must demand more, because this is Barca. We are aiming for the top. We want to be the best. We have the potential to be the best. We have so much quality. We can't let all of that crumble, and we can't let all of that collapse because of one glaring position that we failed to address. So please, guys, I want your thoughts in the comments down below. Obviously, right now, I am very, very angry. And like I say, maybe I am being over-emotional. Maybe here we're going too far. I don't know. But I just think right now, the way that we came into this game, and to see it unravel, and to see us again make the same mistakes, that is the infuriating part. It's the same things we've been seeing. I just can't take that again. We must move forward. So please, guys, let me know all of your feelings. What are you going through right now? What thoughts are running through your mind? Let me know that down below. I will see you soon. We're going to be talking more about things. We're going to be going further into detail in several areas of this Barca team. But thank you indeed for watching here. Thank you on a tough night for tuning in. I will catch all of you soon. But until next time, as always, Vejska El Barca.